So we are set up with 2 blocks and a blanket, and was on my mat last night, and I was really listening to the question that I had been given earlier in the week of why do you practice? And I thought it was such a great question. And when I'm sitting, or even when I'm driving, and I guess driving counts as sitting, I feel as though everything's sort of gathered into the middle. And then all of my limbs are quiet and I'm just sort of stuck in this part of me. And if I'm on Zoom for a long time, or I'm caught in private conversations for a long time now, all of me, all of who I am seems to be resting here. And as I practice, it's this sense of dispersing what I understand to be the energy of who I am is getting unbundled, unpacked. It's going back out into the very edges and into the periphery. And as it does, the sense of congestion starts to leave, and there's a space for your breathing, and you can reach all the way out. And you remember that you're not just that place that feels congested, but you're so much in so many directions. And paying attention to that dispersal, that unpacking, that decongesting of who I am was really satisfying last night. So we're going to use a similar sequence to last week, but this idea of just what happens if we think about, if you were to sit right now and notice, where do you feel most presence, most awareness, most familiarity, most activity? I feel it in my chest, in my back, in the base of my skull. I feel very like I'm a bowling pin, you know. And I know that as I start to practice, this begins to extend, and the space and the activity goes in so many different directions. So just listen. You might be stuck in your left hip. You might be caught in your mind. And so each time we start moving, just start using the whole of you to reestablish a fluidity and a space, right? So coming onto hands and knees, we'll start right there. And fold into child for a moment, just folding back. If your hips are tight, rise back up onto hands and knees, and then fold back down. And wag your tail a little bit. Come into your body, come into what you require. Just starting again to notice, where am I congested? Where am I tight? Where am I overly full? So that when you rise to your hands and your knees, you can start a great circle of your hips. And you can feel how that circle starts to get into the ribs and into the chest and into the shoulder. As you circle, come into the base of your thumbs. And come into the base of your knuckles where your fingers meet your hands. Reverse your circle. So that your arms are getting longer as they're drawn back into the hips, as they're pressing down into the floor. Three. And 2. And as you find center, put your left knee a little closer to center line, and the right knee is going to swing into a circle. So in towards you and out and away and back, and knee towards the chest and out and away and back. It can be very big, it can be very small. Start to feel how that affects your right side jaw, right side hip, right side shoulder. And just reverse your direction. Straightening, bending your knee as you need to. And then stepping your right foot wide, put your right foot flat, come onto your fingertips, and sit your hips back. So on an inhale, you rise all the way up, broaden your chest, and on your exhale, fold your way back. Rising up. Rock your weight into the outer edge of your right foot and keep that. As you shift your weight back, you're standing in your right foot. Take your hands a step to the right, towards your foot now. Hips to the left. Right foot flat. 2. Good. And then up into the middle. Step your right foot up and block underneath your left hand. And the right hand comes all the way up, and we're going to take it straight back towards your back foot, and then you'll bring it all the way up. Send your hips back. Bring your right hand to your left hand. Ha. Good. Bend your right knee. Take your right hand all the way up and over and back towards your back heel. Broaden your chest. Sweep it up, over. Right hand onto the left. For 2 more like that. Drawing your hands as far apart as they'll go. So that sense of decongesting, that the space of the chest is directed into your fingertips, and reach back, lift your left knee, stay. So reach your right hand straight back, turn your chin to your right shoulder, lift your left knee, scissor your thighs. Now right hand straight up and turn your palm to the front and broaden across the chest. Rock forward and back on the ball of your back foot. And let the whole pose just open from your front knee to your back heel. And then pause neutral and even and bright. Arms going up and down. Right knee forward, left heel back. And then set it down. And hands and knees. Good. Big circles. So your hips circle. You may work right there, or come onto your fingertips, or turn your fingertips so that your thumbs point towards each other and your fingers point away. So that on your fingertips there's a lifting. You're rising up out of the floor. You're finding circles in the shoulders, in the head, in the belly, in the hips, and change your direction. Two. 1 more. And the left knee circles, so hands flat to the floor. We'll give you a little bit more of an anchor, and circling your left knee into the chest, out to the side and back into your chest. And reverse. So the circle is the natural shape of our hip rather than just a right angle when we sit. Step your left foot forward in line with your hip. Heel to the floor, foot to the floor. Come onto your fingertips and tuck your right toe under. That's it. Awesome. And then sit your hips back. Good, good, good. So as you come up, find the outer edge of your left foot. Keep that. You're opening the outer ankle, outer foot, outer knee, inner hip. Taking your time. You're going to go 1 more. Rising up. And as you settle yourself back this time to stay, step your hands to the left towards your left foot. And you reach into your right outer hip. And you stand in your left foot. And you seal the left outer foot, and you feel the ankle change. You feel the inner thigh change. You lengthen through the chest. And rising up, hands to the center. Left foot steps outside of the left hand, and a block underneath the right hand. Super. So that your left hand can reach forward. And as it reaches up, you turn your ribs. You reach towards the back. Good. And now shift your weight back. Put your left hand on top of your right. Draw your toes up to face the ceiling. So bending your knee, left foot flat, reach up, reach out, reach back. And then sweep up and fold left hand onto right. So you're opening through the shoulder, you're bending and straightening your left knee, you're opening through the right hip and out through the back of your left hamstring. All the way up, all the way out, all the way open. Last one. So that as you reach back this time, we'll stay there. Thumb points up, back heel points up, lift your right knee. Scissor your thighs. Reach your left hand straight out of your left shoulder. Turn your palm forward, spread your fingers. And rock a little forward and back on the back foot, on the ball of your foot. And then the left knee is forward and the back heel is back. The hands draw apart from your navel in all directions. Right through the spine. And then setting down. Shift it back, knees down. Child's pose. Wag of the tail. Step your hands to the right and sit into the left outer hip. And then walk your hands to the left and shift into the right outer hip. So that you're making some space through the right rib, right shoulder, right side spine. And back into center. Hands and knees, tuck your toes, downward facing dog, you take it back. And hands and knees, you return and you return to child. So find your way in and out of that flow. That you're coming forward, that you're drawing back, that you're coming forward, that you're deepening down. Your pace. Just feeling that you've made a little more space in the hips, in the arms, in the spine. Let it get a little quicker. 3. Good. 2. And we're going to warm up with 1 minute of a simple movement. So from your downward facing dog, pause. Step your left foot between your hands and pivot to turn to the right. And standing up tall, you'll bend your right knee and put your left hand down. And that's it. And you find your center and you bend your left knee and you put your right hand down. And so we'll move from side to side. And that's all. So it can be as big or as small as you choose. Stand up in the middle. You're bending one knee deeply, sending the tail back. Find the outer edges of your feet that you just warmed up. We're just bending and straightening to put a little heat into the thighs, into the quadricep. Send your tail back. We're going to turn it into a twist. Hand down, one hand high. There's your revolution. And come back, hands wide. That's the inhale. Bend your opposite knee, hand down, look up. There's your exhale. So inhale, center, exhale, revolve. Yes, bigger bend in your knee. So Peggy, sit your butt straight back. The bend in your knee is what we're looking for. So this huge bend, open and close. The breath gets bigger, the movement gets steady. Just 10 and 9. Yes, that's it. Starting to feel the legs grow a little familiar from your navel. Reach down into your feet. For 2. Good. 1 more. Hands to your hips. Step to the top of the mat and notice hips to feet. Long and strong. Lift your toes. Anchor your heels, thighs back, hands high. Put your palms together. Drop your thumbs down your back, elbows in. A little wriggle. Elbows in, heels down, thighs back. So hands up high. Lift up, look up. And widen your arms to fold down. Left foot steps back. Left knee to the floor. Hands up high. Drop your hands, hips back. So just forward and back. Forward and back. Starting to put it all together. Hands up, palms together, down the back, tuck of the chin, elbows in. And let go. Hands up. And fold down, step back, down dog. Left foot steps up, right knee comes down. Hands up to go forward and back. So your back toes are tucked under, and that gives you some stability. Sure. Hands together, down the back, elbows in. And lift it up, look up. And hands down, step it up. Sit down, widen your hands, thumbs turn up, heart comes up. Palms together, down your back, tuck chin. Reach up, lift up, look up. And fold. Right foot, right knee, hands up high, palms together. Down your back, tuck chin, exhale. Reach up, lift up, look up. And fold. Down dog. Right foot, left knee. Hands up. Start to smooth it out. Exhaling down the back, elbows in, and inhale, reaching up, opening, and folding. Step up. Sit down, hands wide. Down the back as your exhale, thighs back. Inhale, reach up, look up, and fold. Left foot, left knee. Inhale. Down the back. Look up, let go. And down. Step back. Left foot, right knee. Hands up. Down the back. And reach up. And fold. Step up. Sweep wide. Down the back, tuck your chin, get a little taller. A little smoother, here we go. Fold, right foot, right knee. Out of the knee, reach to your hands. Out of the hands into the thumbs. Reach up, look up. And fold down. Down dog. Find the momentum, right foot, left knee. Fall up. Drop in. Reach up. Fold down. Step up. Hands wide. Rise up. Down the back. Reach up. Fold down. Left foot, no knee. Hands high. Down the back. Good. Hands up. Look up. To fold. Down dog. Left foot, no knee, hands up, down the back, reach up, and fold, step up, hands wide, one more, down the back, tuck the chin, falling in, and then unfold, reach up, folding, right foot, no knee, hands high. Good, left hand holds right wrist, go left, 3, lift your right thigh. Good, draw your heel over the back of your balls of the right foot. Open the right thigh, right hip, all the way to the left. And widen downward facing dog. Perfect. Right hand, right hip, right heel, find the line. Right foot up, no knee, left side, hands up to lunge. Right hand holds left wrist, go up, go right. So the left thigh will collapse. Lift the left thigh and rock forward onto the ball of your left foot. And from there, open the front of the hip, scissor the thighs all the way to your left hand. And up and over, down dog, step back for 4. For 3. For 2. Good. Looking forward, walk yourself up. Fingertips to the floor, tail back, feet fit, 2 fists, lift halfway, tail back. Lift halfway, and if you need to, soften your knees, fold yourself a little closer, drop your head at the end. Lift halfway. If you need to, hands on shins, tail back, spine long, exhaling, folding, hands to shins, ankles, or behind the toes, right? Again, lift halfway to the floor or shins, tail back, lengthening out, and fold down, stay 3. Little wag of the tail, you're lengthening through the backs of your legs. 2. A little tiny bend in your knees, walk both hands to the right side. Send the left hip back, left hand to right shin. So draw your body towards your right thigh with your left elbow down. Chin is in, forehead is towards the right outer shin. Left thigh back. Drop your fingertips, walk over to the left side, knees soft, wag your tail, bounce it out. And then fingers further left, right shin back. Your right hand holds the back of the left shin, elbow down, folding in, folding in, folding in. Drop your head, turn your chin as you need to. Into the outer elbow, into the outer spine on the right side. Back into the center, fingers to the floor, last fold. Hands up your legs to the hips. Drop your seat, lift your heart, stand up tall. And notice heels, toes, hips, heels. Right? And step back and shake it all out. As you come forward, heel toe your left foot down and your right knee up. Good. Your hands to your hips. Right heel to the floor. And then right knee up and around and tip of the right toe to the floor. So it's similar to the knee. When we are on hands and knees, find that big circle and heel to the floor. And can you do that without changing your pelvis? Without bringing your right hip higher to help it out? One more. Bring it all around, bring it all around. You'll tap your heel, and then you'll bring your right foot back behind you. So we go up, we go around, put your right foot to the floor. Now, step it a little further back and put your right heel to the floor. Right? Put your fingertips together. Lift your heel, bend your knee down toward the floor, send your right hip forward, open that front line, and now lift up and put your right heel back, like you mean it. So lift your heel, pivot, drop your knee, lift your knee, and drop your heel like you mean it, and it's lifting your chest. Fingertips press. 2 more. Knee, lift up, to heel, press. And lift your heel and your knee, press your fingers, and bring your heel down to the floor. And now the hands. Now this is warrior 1. So feeling from the navel to your back heel that this would be warrior 1. Bend your elbows, palms face forward. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, draw back. Tuck your chin. Inhale, look up. Exhale, elbows back. 2 more. Reach, look. And 1 more. Inhale. Bend your elbows, stay. Heel down like you mean it. Square the hips so that you're opening from your hip through the hamstring, through the heel. And then step up to the top. And notice right heel, right hip, stand. That there's a thread from your shoulder all the way to the floor. Hands on hips. So heel to the floor. And then knee up. And around and tip of the toe. So I'm on the left foot, yep, up and around. And you're drawing your heel as close to your body as it will go. You're rounding to tap the toe. Take your time. And you're finding your way in to all the connections of the abdomen and the pelvis. And as you do, your chest is coming up higher. Awesome. Broaden your collarbones. Take your toe back. We meet there. Drop your heel. If you need to, take it a little step back. Bring your fingertips together. Yeah. A little press of the fingertips. Feel that shoulder blades down the back. And now lift your heel and bring your knee toward the floor. And mean it. And press into the floor. Anchor. Lift your heel, bend your knee, press your fingers, and heel down. 2 more. So you're building this root system all the way from your fingertips down into your heel. Keep that. And hands high. So from your hip to your heel, plug in. Bend your elbows, palms face forward. Good, that's exhale. Inhale, reach up, look up, thumbs back. And we go. Inhaling up. From your very feet, exhale down. Firm the legs, firm the navel. Inhale, look up. And down. Clear the legs. 1 more. Good. Elbows down, palms forward, stay. Spread your fingers. Plug your heel in. Broaden the pelvis and the spine and the chest. Broaden your eyes. Good. Hands up high. Look up. Full warrior. And lean forward. Step it up. Notice left hip, left heel. You're plugged in. Hands up high. Just notice how it changes. Knees bend, sweep wide, fold down. Left foot, left knee, 2 hands, rise up. Feel what you may drop right. Feel what you may drop right. Bring your left hand down to the floor. If you have a block, block your left hand. Reach back or bend your knee and catch the outer ankle. So your shoulder blade on the right side is coming towards your spine. If you don't, hold your foot, bend your elbow like warrior 1. If you've got your foot, press your ankle back into your hand. Your shoulder blade to your spine, and gently lift your chin. So that you're opening the right side of the chest, left side hip. Good. And then 2 hands come down, step back, down dog. Sway your hips side to side. And feel from your right hand across to your left hip and down to your left heel. So right hand crossing your awareness to your left hip to your left heel. Bring your knees to the floor. Take your right hand underneath, snaking, turning, looking left. That'll be exhale. Press the left hand straight down, reach straight up, uncurl. This is inhale. And we just turn, exhale, revolve. That line, right shoulder to left hip. Rinse it out. Good. We'll go 1 more time. Press straight down, rise straight up, and revolve. And stay. A little forward, a little back. Drop the right side of your head. Walk your left hand overhead. Turning through the mid-spine. Walk your fingers a little to the right. So the left hand shifts a little right. The left knee rising. Onto the ball of your left foot. You turn to look up under the left armpit. Now smooth your breathing. Left knee to the floor, left hand back, hands down, press back, down dog. Right hand, left hip, left heel. We're dispersing our energy equally. So left foot steps up, right knee comes down. Right hand has a block if you like. Left hand comes up high. So having a little bit of a, yes, good. Reach back. So one option is bending your elbow palms or splayed, just like we did in our warrior prep. Or reach back, bend your knee, catch your outer ankle. And as you hold there, press your ankle to open the left side chest. To 3, to lift your chin so slightly. So imagine you can fall back and press this foot into your hand, and this happens. Yeah. What happens if you? Yes. All of this. Safe? Good. dog, 2 hands down, press back. Down dog. Left hand, left hip, left heel. Knees down. Snake your left hand behind your right. Put your left shoulder to the floor. A little roll side to side, back and forth. Find your way into the left shoulder. Press your right hand down. Rise straight up. That's your inhale. Revolve through the spine. Turn your chin. That's your exhale. 2 more like that. You come up, you come out. And then you revolve. Your pace. So 1 more, opening out and then rolling across to find that turn, the back of your hand to the floor. Stay there. A little forward, a little back, settling, coming towards the back of your head. Right hand reaches overhead. You're looking up under your armpit. And then lifting the right knee. Revolve. Turning into the space that you've made, following the track you've laid, smoothing out your breath. Where can your breath go in this turn? Where is it caught? And then knees to the floor, arms out long. Stay in your child for 2 or 3 breaths. And as you're ready, you unfold into your dog. But give yourself time in the depth of this fold to allow your hips to drop towards your heels, your breath to rise into the backs of your lungs. Yeah. Good. Finding your dog. Wag the tail. Step your right foot up between your hands. Drop your left heel. Warrior 2. So in this, as we rise and sink, straighten up. When you bend your right knee, send it to the right towards the little toe. There you go. Beauty. So each time, rise up, weight in the left heel. Bend your right knee and go right. That's it. Alice, scoot your front foot forward 3 inches. Inhale, rise up. Good, good, good. Bend your right knee, send it to the right. Stay. You'll bring your right hand in front of your belly. You'll bring your left hand overhead. And then you'll sweep, returning warrior 2. The opposite, left hand in front of your chest, right hand reach back. So inhale at warrior 2 and exhale, right hand in front. Rinsing. Inhale, opening wide. If you need to, straighten the front leg as you reach back. And then warrior 2, we'll go 1 more set. You're rinsing out through the hands, draw them apart. Find your warrior 2. Find your reverse. And cartwheel your hands to the floor. Step back, down dog. Good. High plank. Your right knee to your chest and send your right knee out to the left side. On the outer edge of your foot. Yep. Good, good. Weight into your right hand. Now you can work right here or put your left foot down to the floor and bring your left hand high, up, and over. Press your outer right foot to the floor. Press your outer left foot to the floor. Stand in the left leg. Good. Left hand high and down onto the ball of your left foot. Little chaturanga right here. So you're coming forward, you're bending your elbows. You're coming forward, you're bending your elbows. You're coming towards the outer hip. Scissor your thighs. And press back, down dog. 2 feet down, 2 hands down. Left knee to your chest, high plank. Left foot out to the right side. You're on the outer edge of your left foot. Put your right foot flat. Raise your right hand high and go over the top. So press your left outer foot into the floor. Your right outer foot into the floor. Right hand high, look down. Now a little chaturanga. So you're coming toward the outer hip. Keep turning the chest, press into the floor, and rise down dog. And then realize that that was the right side. There's a left side. Beauty. Just getting a little juicier. Step your left foot up. Use your legs. Warrior two, last one. Still wide. So remember, coming up, float. Effortless. Good. Bend your knee. Take your knee to the left. There you go. Rise up. Yes. Bend. And again, rising. And bending. Knee to the left. Good fix, Peggy. So left hand in front of your belly, right hand over, reach your hands apart. Go wide, there's the breath in. Follow your breath, exhale, reach back to open. And bending your knee and reaching across. Good. Plug into your back heel and reach back. Hug. And one more set if you need to. You straighten your front leg, reaching back. Or you build into that front thigh, hands wide, reverse. Left knee bends as you can, as you can, as you can. Cartwheel it down, step back, down dog, press it back. Right? So high plank. Step your left foot halfway up. You need to move your blanket. You can slide it out of the way. Step your left foot halfway up. Turn your toe out. You're on your outer foot. Left hand comes up and over. Send your left knee back towards your right heel, just like your warrior two. Scissor your thighs, lift your hips as you drop your left finger. Strong in the legs, overhead. Left hand high, reach down. Down dog, step back. Step your right foot a little forward. And keep your right knee bent. And turn your left heel in and your left heel down and make a circle with your left hip. And all the work you've done circling out of that left hip. You can hear it in the breath, you can feel it in the body, and then back to neutral, both feet even. Good. Right foot steps halfway up. Turn your toes out. Come onto your left outer foot. And your right hand comes up high. Stand in your right foot. Awesome. Nicely done. Reaching overhead. Now draw your right knee towards your left heel and lift your hips. Press the left hand down. Beautiful. Lizzie, spread your top fingers. That's it. Yes. Roll your right ribs open like you could turn your chest to the sky. And then right hand comes down. Setting down, step back. You'll bring your left foot just a little in. Heel off the floor. Turn your right heel in and circle your right hip. And rinse out all the work. Rinse out all the work. Good, 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 good. And then into the middle and walk out your dog. And walk out your dog. Good. Get your blanket and set yourself up with a block between your knees so that you can kneel and a block to the right. So one block is beside you, one block is between your heels, and you sit your good self down. But we've made so that we have this girdle of, it can either be a girdle of real intelligence and structure. We've moved from the mid-back through the outer hips, through the front and the thighs and the sides of the thighs. And when we don't do that and that falls asleep, we get really slumpy. So anchor down. Beautiful. Right elbow, shoulder goes back in a circle, left circle. Oh, good. Just a little mobility. And in the last sequence of our Kundalini, we did what was called hero sweep. So we're seated in hero, Virasana, and you'll take your right hand and reach up and over to the left. And then you bring your right hand down and your left hand comes up and over to the right. And exhale down and inhale, reach. And exhale down and inhale, reach. And in, out, in, out. Close your eyes, out. In and out the nose. And see if you can start to stabilize using the outer hips, using the navel, using the low back. And from that stable base, the shoulders can open, the chin can turn, your outer shoulders, outer elbows. 3, good. 2, good. 1, good. You take your right hand straight out. Left elbow go up, go around, go back, and left under right to make eagle arms hold. So the left hand holds the right wrist, and the right hand makes a fist. Go up, tuck your chin. So that fists go up, the shoulders go down, the chin comes in. You begin to lengthen through the tops of your shoulders. Tuck your chin and bring your elbows down towards your belly button, towards your belly button, towards your belly button. Round in, now fold over and bring your knuckles towards your knees. And bring your breath into the back of your body, now move side to side. As far, the knuckles and the fists as far from side to side as they'll go. The sides of the spine, shoulders, tuck of the chin. So that when you come up the middle, elbows up, now chin up. Elbows up, chin up, elbows up, chin up. Go, 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 go. Hands up, uncross. Take your right hand down to the block. Lift your hips. And the left foot flat to the floor. Right toes are tucked under. We're just going to keep that circle. Now bring it into your whole body. Hips go back, left knee bends, and you circle all the way out. So the left leg is helping the left shoulder, helping the left lung. Put it all together. We're distributing ourselves in all directions, and then stay. Right hand is on the block. Hips coming forward, chest is broad. Turn your left palm to the ceiling. Spread your fingers wide. Yes, to the ceiling. Bring your left elbow to your left ribs, like your warrior one. All the way in, and then reach all the way out. Do that 2 more times. As though you would bring your left thumb to your left shoulder. And then reach it all the way out, left foot to the floor. And sit back down for hero. Put your block on the left and notice left side, right side. As though the left side of you was now suddenly so much larger than the right. More functional, more accessible. Just noticing the change we're making. Right elbow makes a big circle. Right elbow makes a big circle. Loosen through the shoulders, tuck your chin, get into it. Where does it need to go? And then the left arm is out and the right elbow comes under left. Hold your wrist, make a left hand fist. Awesome. Elbows up, tuck your chin. As you tuck your chin and lift your elbows, see if you can find a little breath, a little length from the base of your neck, across the tops of your shoulders, the back of the neck. Good. As you round your belly button back, bring your elbows down and in. Drop your fists forward and down towards your knees. And now a little side to side. Getting under the shoulder blades, into the sides of your spine. Just sway your knuckles. Yes, there you go, there you go. Find center, sit down, elbows up. Elbows up, elbows up. Now chin comes up. Chin comes up, elbows up. Take your time, turn your head. As you release, bring your hands high. Awesome. And left hand down to the block. As you rise up, you're going to tuck your left toes under and put your right foot flat. So you have this good strong base and then big back circle. Yeah. So as you bend your right knee, you can drop your hand so that there's a little bend and straighten through the right leg. And you're rolling your right ribs open and open and open, and you're putting all of our postures together. The outer foot, the hip and side waist opening, the shoulder and chest revolving. And then just pause and turn your palm to see the sky. And as your palm sees the sky, you drop your shoulder blade towards your spine, your chest opens. All the way up under the jaw, under the tongue. Draw your right elbow towards your ribs. Draw your right thumb towards your shoulder. And then reach out. That's 3. And elbow towards rib and thumb towards shoulder. That's 2. Broaden your chest. One more time. Bending your elbow. From your elbow, reach all the way to your right heel. And stand in the pose. Good, good, good. And set it down. Set your blocks aside and find your dog. And just notice the change by opening the sides. What's changed in your dog? What's changed in the distribution and the awareness of where you're located? That you could be located everywhere in your body. Everywhere in your body. Good. Unfold your blanket one time so that it's a little longer and it will support the front of your ribs and the fronts of your hips, and you can come to lie down and the full body has support. All the way down. Walk your thighs back. And your elbows wrap in. And your thighs walk back, and you lift your feet, and you straighten your legs, and you elbow come in, and your feet go open, and your feet come close. Your feet go as far open as they can. And as they open, they straighten, and as they come together, they stay straight. And there's a zipping up, so that energy from your legs is gathering into your navel. And as you gather into your navel, your elbows gather in, and your shoulder blades gather in, and you go one more. And you zip your feet together and you drop your thighs and you lift your heart, elbows down to Sphinx. And just drop, keeping your legs so active and strong. Outer hips wrap forward. Heels drop wide. Let your heels widen. Widen your heels, turn your toes in. So turn your toes, there you go, more, more, more. So that as you widen your heels and your toes come in, your outer hips wrap forward. Just feel the sensation, and now draw your heels towards each other, and your inner thighs will wrap down. Feel this. And now keep that as you wrap your outer hips forward and even your heels. So outer hips and inner thighs, widen your hands. And come onto your fingertips, lift your elbows, seal, tuck your chin. Legs so firm, so outer hips wrap forward, inner thighs wrap down, that's it. And then draw your heart forward, Alice. Use your very fingertips to pull your heart forward. Beauty, strong in your legs, go, go, go. Back down to your elbows, loosen your hips, and walk your hands to the right, and to the right, and to the right. As far as you can go, turn your chin to your right shoulder and drop your left hip. So that imagine what the left side of your spine is up to. How it's opening and lengthening. Drop your left thigh to the floor. Turn your chin to your shoulder. Get unstuck through the side waist. Big breath in the left side. And then walk back to the middle. And across to the left side. Chin coming towards the left shoulder as far as you can go to the left, and then drop your right hip. Drop your right hip. And breathe into the right side of your right side spine. How far will your spine allow you to turn towards your hips? Back into the center. Good. Walk your thighs back. Shake out your heels in and out. And put left palm down, right hand on top. Put your forehead down. And just get at ease. Can you let go? What can you put down right here? Notice how you might be bracing yourself for what comes next. What if you could put down the sensation of bracing yourself? How would that change your breathing and your sensation? That we're moving, we're making our way towards our Shavasana. We're putting things down rather than accumulating. Walk your thighs back, wag your heels in and out. If it's important and medicinal, stay right here. Or draw your elbows back, your palms float off the floor, lift the heart, tuck your chin so you're facing the mat. Reach your right hand forward and left and draw it back. And reach your left hand forward and right and draw it back. Inhale to reach and exhaling back. Good. And we'll take both hands out forward and both elbows back. Take your fingertips wide and then point them back, fingertips to the floor. They point back towards your toes, lift your feet. Strong in the legs. A little hug of the heels without touching, and then float your fingers. Shoulder blades towards your spine. You've built this. The whole beautiful. Reach into your fingers. Reach into your toes. Navel to the spine. You are long and strong. And hands down. Child. Up, up, up. Slow, slow, slow. So get to your child by just tucking your head. And wag your tail deeply from side to side. Tuck your chin more. And feel how you're making your way towards child, but without hurry. So that this slow, deep wag of your tail is massaging from the low back all the way to the mid-back. Tuck your chin more and start to put your toes together and fold, and fold, and fold. And what can you put down? What can you let out of your back body? And as you let out of your back body, any tension, any holding, any effort, any plans, there's a spaciousness. Rise up. Walk your left knee towards your right. Put your right behind your left. Widen your feet. And just slowly fold your hips back. And feel the low back widen because of this fold, because of this bind, because of this shape. Again, rise up. As you come up, circle your hips. Just a little, just to loosen. Keep setting down, keep letting go. What am I holding onto? What am I carrying forward? Out of the chest, the shoulders, the circle may be small, and then last time, fold it back. The left knee peels up over the right. Good, good, good. Fold down. Widen your feet, Peggy. Widen your feet. That's it. Awesome. You may work right here the next 3 breaths, or lift just so slightly and walk your hands left a step and drop back into the right hip. So walk your hands left. That's your right. That's it. More. Yeah. You were like, there is no more, but there is. There you go. Now hips back. To come up through center. Tuck your toes down, dog. Right foot steps in front of left. Knees come down. So the right knee's in front of the left. Widen your feet, take your time. It's all in your control. It's all in your control. So as you fold back, you're going at a pace that suits your body. You're simply trusting gravity. You're simply the sensation of very slowly unzipping a zipper. Feeling where there's tension, and in the tension, giving it time. Without force or without command. Just an invitation, an opening. And the breath full into the back of the body. A little shimmy, a little shake at the bottom. So that when you come up, you can get unstuck. That tiny circle. And it might not even be a circle. Where will it go? Where can it go? Let your head fall. Let yourself just come undone, like you're unlacing a shoe. How does it affect the top of the shoulders, the back of the head, the swing of the hips? Good. And then slowly, feet a little bit wider. Fold in. And you're only going as far as your body appreciates at a pace that you can manage. Softening the inner thighs, working there, or your hands a step to the right. And the left hip is heavy. And the left low back is wide. And rather than surviving here, can you reside? Can you just rest? What needs to let go so you could just rest here? Just keep letting it out. To unfold, and you will very gratefully, happily, fully roll onto your back. And bring your blocks with you. So that as you roll over, your knees are bent, your feet are flat, your blocks are one in each hand down beside you. And there is this sweet release. Let your legs go out long. Take your time. Let your feet go side to side. Loosen them, and then loosen them more. Shake the knees up and down, wag your tail. That the low body has a melting quality, a fluidity, feet, knees, hips. And then release all of it and notice. That I no longer feel quite so congested. That as I deepen my breathing, my chest is open. My legs are long. So you'll take your left hand overhead and bend your left elbow, and your right hand holds your left elbow. You're just going up, getting a little long, and taking the left elbow over to the right so slightly. And just pause right there. You may work right there or feet wide. Cross your left ankle over your right. And walk your shoulders a little to the right. Hips stay at center. So my right hand is still holding my left elbow. And my left hip is heavy, and my ankles now hug so slightly. Uncross your ankles, release your left elbow, bring your hands down and notice. Your right hand overhead, bend your elbow. Left hand holds your right elbow. Take it up and go left. Drop your right shoulder to the floor. You're finding your tricep. You can shake out your right foot. They're connected. The right tricep, the right hip, they have connective tissue between them. So loosening the right leg, right elbow up over to the left. Work there or cross your right ankle over your left and take your shoulders a step to the left. So we're just deepening. We've walked a step again and again, and now just do it at your full body length. And without any effort, the right shoulder is heavy and the right hip is heavy. And invite the line from heel to elbow to be full of breath. Hug your ankles. Feel that hug make space for breath. Release, uncrossing, hands down, body quiet, notice. When we release the congestion, the chatter of our thoughts, the tension of our thoughts, there's a quiet. But that quiet is just growing. But that's really what we're seeking. The physical body is a way to get to that quiet. Walk your feet in, lift your hips, put your blocks belly down. So they're side by side, but they're belly down. They're on their lowest setting, under your low back, under your hips. Palms face down beside the blocks. Press into the floor. Heels are hip distance with the heels under your knees. So you're stable. Right hand overhead. So the back of the right hand is to the floor. Straighten your right leg. Put your heel down and draw your toes back. Flex your foot. Now press your left hand down and stand in your right leg. Left palm is heavy. Right leg is strong, right toes drawn back. Open the whole right side. No effort, just this steadiness, this pressure into the floor. Right heel, left hand, right back of hand. Bend your right knee, put your foot flat, bring your right hand down. 2 hands overhead, that's inhale. 2 hands down, that's exhale. Hands overhead, keep that. And let your knees go a little side to side and get longer. Let your shoulders drop, let your heart lift, let your knees loosen, let your feet soften. Knees a little side to side, a little side to side. Keep the left leg straight, keep it still, and just open and close your right knee a little further. Open your right knee a little wider and draw it a little closer to the left. Do it one more time. Draw it wide open. And then back to center, hands down. Good. Left leg straightens, left hand overhead, right hand to press. Stay. So this is a full back bend. We're just using the support of the block. So stand in your left heel. Firm the left toes back towards you as they flex. Stand in the left heel, open the left hip, left hand overhead. Press your right hand down. Press your right palm into the floor, feel it open the left hip. Bend your left knee, foot flat, hands overhead. That's inhale, lifting up. And
and hands back down. That's exhale, set it down. Last time, just like that, hands up. And now your knees move side to side, both of them at first. You're loosening the hold, the grip of the psoas. Keep your right foot flat, left knee falls open. You're on the outer edge of your left foot, and then it falls flat and your left knee falls in. And you do that 2 more times, falling open and then gathering in. And you're widening across the pelvis and the transverse abdominis of the low belly. And you stay. Stand in your heels, hands down, lift your hips, bring your blocks onto their edge. Put the bellies together, you're a little bit higher. Now tuck your shoulders, turn your palms open. Your knees fall in, both of them falling towards each other. Gently pressing the feet into the floor. Gently dropping the shoulders, lengthening the back of the neck, gently pressing the back of the head. Lift your hips off the blocks. Bend your elbows, fingers point to the ceiling, press your elbows down. Your arms are at a right angle, tuck a shoulder under, tuck another, and press your elbows down. And let your hips rise and let your knees fall towards each other. Explore. A little pulse, a little sway, let your hips have a little movement. And then drop your hips to the blocks. Walk both feet out. Walk both hands overhead, flex your feet. Stand in your heels, hook your thumbs. Hook your thumbs. Try to pull your hands apart. Try to straighten your legs more, spread your toes, spread your fingers. Broad across the lowest aspect of your abdomen. Open and close your hands like fists. Keep your thumbs hooked. And then walk your feet in. Plant your feet, lift your hips, remove the blocks completely. And set it down. Heels wider than toes, knees fall in, and be still a beat. Draw your right knee to your chest. Interlace your fingers, draw it close. Interlace your fingers behind the right thigh. Lift your heel and lift your head, shoulders, and bring the clasp of your hands lower and lower and lower around like you could sit in the clasp of your hands. Now stand your heel on the ceiling. And set your head and shoulders down to the floor. It'll draw your hip back, so press your hip into your hands. Draw your shoulders toward the floor, straighten your left leg, and hover your left heel an inch off the floor. Press into your hands. So sit in your hands, press into your heels. There's a little action here. There's a little Press into your feet, press into the hips, straighten the arms. Good, bend both knees, put them down, put feet flat down. Let go, notice. Left knee into your chest. Hold the shin to start. Round the back, flatten the low back. And then interlace your fingers around the back of the left thigh. Lift your head, shoulders, reach all the way around. Sit your hip in your hand. Press your heel to the sky. And then drop your head, shoulders toward the floor. They may not get there. Press your right heel out. You're 2 inches off the floor. So stand in the right heel, stand in the left, sit in your hands. Draw your shoulders back and press into the very periphery. Press into the outer edges of your heels, the outer edges of your shoulders, the outer edges of your scalp. Press, press, press. So that when you bend your knees now and soften, fall in all directions, just like up. Notice the center, the periphery, the inner, the outer. All of it available. Turn your palms down, lift your hips, and gently sit your hips on the backs of your hands, thumbs together. So palms are down, thumbs together, sit your hips on your hands. Lift your head and shoulders and walk your elbows up and together. So your elbows walk towards each other. Yep. Lift your chest, broaden your collarbones. Heart up. Right leg up. Left head back, weight in your elbows, flex, point your feet. Flex, point your feet. And just play with the point of your toes draws you forward, the flex of your feet sends you back. Loosen across the collarbone. A last reach down into the depth of your belly. How far back can you go? How far forward can you go? And find center. Like you were lifted, a strap under your heart, lifting you up. Turn to the chin, open, close your jaw, scrunch up your face, let it go wide. And then a tuck of the chin will round your back, will roll you down, lift your hips, and free your hands to turn your palms open, legs long. Let go. So start in starfish with your hands out wide. If you need to, you can put your right knee to your chest. If you need to adjust your low back, just draw your shin in and then let it go wide and draw your left shin in. So that there's anything you need to make a real sense of equanimity as you settle. Shake out your feet, shake out your knees. The Shavasana is so sturdy. It can't be upset. You're building something reliable. So if it needs any sort of change, just starting wide in this first part of our Shavasana. As though you were radiating from your navel in all directions. Noticing as you rest, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to acquire. There's nothing to know. So there's no succeeding. And there's no failure. It's quite a radical space to rest. Just be. Taking everything off. Our expectations, our efforts, our measurements or adjustments, our judgments. I can't succeed here, but neither can I fail. Just really starting to explore the revolutionary quality of a space where you cannot succeed and you cannot fail. How restful that space could be.
And just as you start to soften and settle, deepen your breathing and organize your Shavasana a little more, bringing your heels a little closer, your hands a little closer, tuck a shoulder, tuck another, move through the fingers and the feet, and then settle deeper. Noticing if you need to prop anything, if you need to cover anything, planning to go deeper. Making adjustments, taking care of yourself. And having done that, go in. Now begins the practice of yoga. We cannot succeed at yoga because we cannot fail. Just be. Anytime it feels busy or racy or congested, the softest increase in breath and the slightest deepening of your exhale. All outer sounds start to pass over you. Ripples on water, but you are already under the surface. You are unperturbable. Without changing anything you're doing, become ever so slightly more engaged in the stillness, more inviting, more attentive. That it is a presence to be aware of. It's not a vacuum, it's not a vacancy, it's a presence. I am aware of this. I am aware of the presence that is within me. I'm aware of its sweetness, its instruction, its consolation, its presence. We are together now, and I am paying attention. beginning to deepen your breathing. The hands gently extending out or overhead. Walking your feet in. To hold your shins, your knees wide. Straighten and bend one leg at a time. Press it out, draw it close. Press it out, draw it close. Coming into the hips and the knees once again. So that as you draw both knees into your chest, make your way to a cross-legged seat, either through the side or through the center. And as you land, just start a soft side to side, a reach. That we did a great deal through the side aspect, the lateral aspect of the body today. And so if anything's a little sticky tomorrow or the day following, that this, even as you wake up in bed, and I'll often do this as I sit in my bed and just start from here, the kindest invitation to open. And then fingertips in front of you, walk your seat back 3 steps. So just step it, step it, step it. And then from that seat, walk your fingertips forward. And maybe fingers, maybe palms, and a little side to side. Where does it need to go? What last action needs to be taken to create any kind of freedom for yourself? Walking your hands back, changing the cross of your legs, opposite shin in front. Your seat walks back, your hands walk forward, you move yourself side to side. So that you're coming back into the mobility of your physical body, but you're listening to it with, how can I meet you? What do you need? And you stay aware of that throughout the day. Walk yourself up and sweep wide and bring your palms together right down the center of the body. From the periphery, we return to the center. 2 more like that. Noticing the upright spine. Thumbs to the forehead center as you land. As it is outside, it is inside. Namaste. So next Saturday, Kelly will take over. She will not be streaming. She'll be here in person. So I don't have, you'll have to look back. Turns out we have over 900 videos that you could choose from on YouTube. So when next Saturday comes, either explore a new teacher, which is fantastic, come in person, or choose one that we've done that maybe remains in your mind or you were familiar with before. That's your chance. I'll be away for 2 weeks. We'll be in good hands. And then I will be back on the 26th of April. So we'll see you then.